Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And as always, my friends, yet another amazing guest this morning. Tamara is returning here, a second time guest on the show. She's a full-time corporate recruiter. Her why of doing this is time freedom, and earning a significant, healthy living income. Obviously, is important to her. She's been trying to make money online for years, and she's actually finally made money and developed skills through what she's learned here at Legendary. And we're going to hear all about it today. With that being said, Tamara, welcome to the show.
Hey, Dave. Thanks.
You're so welcome. Where are you calling in from?
Arizona. It's a little chilly this morning, which people don't realize in Arizona, it can get cold.
Yes, it is that here in Florida as well. So as we stay bundled up, tell us, a little bit about, uh, you know, eg- uh, you know, what I talked about at the beginning of what your motivation was for starting this.
Yeah, so I have always dabbled in online marketing, but never really found anything that worked until I came across Legendary Marketer. So I still, to this day, am very excited about it. I continue to go back to Legendary. You guys are always updating and creating new stuff. I have to say, the Legends of Marketing was freaking phenomenal. I was so glad that I attended that because I almost didn't, thinking, we get to a place where it's like, oh, maybe I don't need to learn anything else. And that is so far from the truth. Like, continue learning, continue going back to the training. So I hope you guys do that again because it was fantastic.
Well, good. I'm glad you like that. So corporate recruiting, how different is online marketing than what you do? And what has this been like for you to learn these new skills and kind of develop, I don't know, whatever you've needed to develop to be able to market yourself and kind of put yourself out there, create content, build an audience. What's this experience been like for you?
Yeah, it's very different than corporate recruiting. I have to say that I was pretty passionate about the making money online because I'm in it day to day, like the hiring, the talking to people about, traditional jobs. There's still so much inequality out there and, just so much. And so when I learned the correct way and the skills that you learn in Legendary, I had a huge draw to share it with people. I still feel like it is such an unknown territory that people really really need to grasp. I mean, if you look at all of the things that I know, but the people watching, it's the way of the future.
Mm.
It's not going away. It's getting bigger. It's not oversaturated. um, yeah. So for me, I think it just took finding the right place with the right tools, support, breaking it down like you guys do in Legendary was super key. Being able to come back and watch the videos and ask questions. Like, there's still so many things in the back office of Legendary that I didn't realize. Like, there's just so much that there's nothing that I can't find back
Mm.
there.
Yeah,
So
or at least get some feedback or get some insight into. I think one of the things that's important for entrepreneurs to realize, and I wonder what your opinion about this is as well, is that difference between being an employee and an entrepreneur, or the difference between being somebody who's accountable and somebody who's not particularly accountable. Um, it is on you, the owner of the company, the boss, to go and find the answers. And so part of, I think, the learning process at the beginning is sort of gauging your ability to take responsibility to
absolutely.
learn. And then also in the future, you're going to be solving problems for your customers. So you're going to have to learn how to say, I don't know, but I can look at it for you or look into it for you. That's what professionals do. Professionals and experts don't have every answer all the time. But what they do have is a generalized or even specialized, knowledge base that's more than the average person, and they have the ability to be able to find answers.
Absolutely. And continue learning. Absolutely. I think I said this last time I was on the phone with you. I think the biggest thing is going back to basics. I think there is such a huge disconnect that people tend to, for some reason, skip the basics or don't go back to it, or don't take the time, thinking it's not real. And when there's such a inexpensive way to dip your foot in and check it out and find out. Yeah, it's never been easier, or I shouldn't say easier. Simple and easy, the wrong words to use. It's never been more attainable in the 21st century, 2024, 2025 than it has been today. It's ridiculous.
I agree. And I love that you have this perspective. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed it, corporate recruiter, or even we can talk about your Instagram horse girl, right? You have a passion for horses. I wouldn't have guessed savvy entrepreneur and somebody who understands this game the way that you're talking. What do you think? Did you always have the entrepreneur spirit? Have you always kind of known what it takes to build a business? I mean, where did you get this from, and how can somebody develop that grit that you need, even if they don't have past experience as an entrepreneur, or that wasn't modeled from a parent or someone?
Well, so no, I came from a family that we struggled with money. So don't let that stop you, because if you learn, so short story, I would say just freaking continue to learn. Like I had a huge draw to, I knew there was something different. I knew there was something better. I am kind of a rebel. I have never really liked working in corporate America because, well, we wouldn't even go into that. But so yeah, I just kept searching. And like you said, entrepreneurs, you have to keep going. Don't take no for an answer. Don't get discouraged. Even on my account, we have a saying in the horse world, the horse endurance world, slow and steady. And that I've used that a lot with creating content. And I mean, there's been plenty of times I wanted to give up, but I kept going, and it pays off. It will pay off if you keep going. I still see it every day. People quit just too soon. They just don't give it the time. Like you always say, Dave, this is a real business. It takes time to build a quality business. Can it happen fast? Yes. Has it? Yes. Most of the time, it takes time to build it. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're teaching, and it's really important to be clear about this, because when I first got into entrepreneurship, I got involved in, a couple of different network marketing companies and MLMs and things like that. And that was a good way for me to dip my toe into entrepreneurship, but I wasn't really truly becoming a business owner at that point. I wasn't ready for that. I was just getting out of drug treatment back in the day. I was 21, 22 years old. So that was one of the main reasons why I wasn't ready. But you can still also not be ready at an older age. I think I would have been if I was coming in fresh. So I want to explain this. Nobody explained this to me. The difference between what we're doing and how we encourage people to get started now versus the way that I got started was, the information and the training that I learned only applied to selling that product, that MLM. And surely the people skills helped me, but the marketing skills and the product knowledge didn't. I had to learn a business model, not just be inside of another business. And that's what we're teaching you all here. We're teaching you business models and specific marketing skills I call transferable skills that you can use here, or you can use selling any other product. That is the kind of education that you need. The challenge with trade school education, similar to kind of trade school MLM entrepreneurship, is it really only works with that one thing. If I go to school to become a plumber, It only works in plumbing, So it's kind of important to understand, folks, we're trying to train you all to become independent entrepreneurs and business owners, not dependent entrepreneurs and business owners on Legendary, on this particular product, or even in this particular niche. And I think people don't really fully grasp that at first.
Agreed. Agreed. You're totally agreed. This business model, but it has been around for a while. I actually talk about 4 of them. But it has not been taught, or that I have found, it has not been taught like it is how it's taught today. It's very different. And the tools are
either, right? Not in traditional school. This is brought up and what we're doing here. I mean, this technology is really, honestly, I think most traditional academics have looked at this and said it's unstable, or it might not, or it moves too fast, right? It's hard to teach something that evolves so quickly, right? Which is why it's such a blessing that they can teach medicine, but the body doesn't particularly change. The difference between online marketing and technology, and even in some cases, things like cryptocurrency, why they take so long for the masses to adopt them is because they're always changing and they're quite complicated. This is quite different than what you're used to doing. But I think the connection that I try to make for a lot of people, and I wonder what your opinion is on this, is that this is not so different than what you've been doing your whole life. It's just, instead of talking to a person, you're talking to a person through a camera.
Right. Agreed. And the simplicity of the modern way of doing things has, I think, skyrocketed a lot of this. Like, just let's take technology, for example. People are still so afraid of the techie side of it, which, oh my gosh, it's never been easier than in today's world. So,
and we treat it as if, many of us treat it as if it's really complicated and it's really hard. And so what do you suggest to that person right now who doesn't understand that it's easier than it's ever been? We don't want to minimize or shame their struggle, but we want to try to help them, shake them, to help them to realize that, look, it's actually easier than it's ever been. That doesn't mean it's not going to be any work, but it just means that all the barriers to entry have been lowered and sort of the playing field has been leveled in a sense.
I think what I would say to people is just try it. Like, so many people.
Almost fell out of my chair on that one. The old just try it.
So many people have such a problem spending $5, $7, $10 just to see if it's for you. Like, when I saw that, I was like, holy heck, I have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So many people are just afraid of seeing what it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
Yeah, opening up Pandora's box, touching the stove.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's something that we usually we can't help but to do. But I think there's a particular maybe faith or confidence you have to have in yourself to follow through. And ultimately, of course, that's why I made the confidence challenge.
I was just going to say that confidence challenge is, come on, guys. Crazy good. I mean, spend $10 on yourself. Honestly, it's the only way that you're going to find out if it's for you or not, is to freaking spend a cup of coffee and check it out. You're going to be surprised. Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, again, the thing that I noticed, that our team noticed, was that it's really just a confidence thing. I mean, when you have the confidence to do something, you can do literally anything. There's nothing that you can't do. Humans prove that all the time.
Yep.
We say it all the time. We say it, boy, look at I wish I had the guts he had, or boy, this guy's got some set of cojones, or, it's all about, anything can be done. Anything can be accomplished if man thinketh, right? I mean, it's really all right here.
Totally.
And that is where this sort of law of attraction, stuff has come from is simply the physics, I don't know what it is. It's not magic, but just a confident person makes things happen because people are oftentimes looking for somebody to lead them and to listen to. And we're trained at a young age to do that. We sit in class, we listen, we're good listeners. They even say that at my son's Montessori school, and I struggle with it sometimes, but it's important to be a good listener. It's important to know how to follow directions and follow in order to be a good leader.
Healthy balance.
But it certainly is a part of entrepreneurship that is important, and this conversation I think is really helpful around that. Talk to us as we kind of keep an eye on time here. I want to make sure we get everything we want to in by the bottom of the hour. Talk to us about, since we mentioned confidence challenge, any limiting beliefs or anything people wouldn't know about you, or that you struggle with, or things that are going on, or that you had to overcome by just looking at your videos.
Yeah, getting out of my own way. Can I just tell you how long it took me to post talking videos? Because I was, for some strange reason, afraid that it was going to kill me. And the biggest thing is getting out of my own way and just doing it, because I didn't die. And yeah, so I would say that getting on video, which I look back and I'm like, God, what the heck were you even so dumb? I could have been so much further ahead if I just would have done it. So that's one thing. And
What else?
What's that?
What else?
Just continue to learn how to create good content and quality content. How to talk to your target audience, which I still believe people do not give the value to the business plan that you guys so very detailed point out and teach us and walk us through. Having that structure and bullet points of what you're doing and who you're talking to is super important. It's all laid out for us.
You're a good student.
A good student. It's all there.
I mean, it's just paying attention. You're a good student. You literally, I can tell that you have gone through the education, and it's right there. This is what I tell, the secret to marketing and sales. I tell this to everybody. It's just knowing your product, and it's oftentimes the secret to success is just taking the time at the beginning to learn how to do it right. You're not wasting a bunch. I mean, men, can you hear me on this? How many times do we start something and refuse to look at the instructions, and then have to come back and swallow our pride and get that damn instructions out and say, God bless it, I missed a screw right there. Or and now I got to let me tell you something. I grew up with a construction dad. We were always putting stuff together. I know this way of being it's so familiar. And my dad did teach me, as well as my parents, to do it right the first time.
Seriously.
Buy right the first time. If you buy right, you don't have to buy twice.
Yep.
If you do it right the first time, you don't have to do it twice. I'm going to give you all away. I can almost literally guarantee that it removes your shiny object syndrome, and that you begin to get success with whatever it is that you're focused on or want to focus on. And that is, if it's legendary and what you're doing here, to go through the training, and as things start to click, you will get excited. It will start to make sense. You will understand it, instead of just scrolling social media, which I think is what so many people do. Buy something, get the dopamine hit, then go back to social media for more
block
dopamine,
that off
for more dopamine. And it's like, if you actually just actually, almost like being afraid of zombies and intruders and going and buying guns and ammo and then just leaving them somewhere and coming back to your house and continuing to be scared.
That's a good analogy.
I love that analogy. I just came up with it after right
Yes.
there on the spot.
Yeah, exactly. There's something to be said about going through the training and starting, because I feel like a lot of people sit on it and don't do anything. Like I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, well, I've had the training and I've sat on it for a year. And I'm like, wait, what? So
I hear it every day. I hear it all the time. I mean, it's not just this, though. I mean, we do this with a lot of things, and it's not just you, friends. We're not talking down to you or not able to relate with you. We relate with you, and I relate with you, and it is a commitment, and it is, we've got an event coming up, and I've got a toxic trait of, trying to get in shape before events and stuff, But here I am. I'm doing it again. Going to the gym. We got a mastermind coming up. I like to try to get in shape for those. I've done that for 15 years. Used kind of events as like, okay, got to get ready for an event. So I do it too. I procrastinate.
we all do it.
I buy things and don't use them, and I waste it. I get it. It's just that this is really something that's worth putting your energy into. I think is just what we're saying. Out of all the things you could waste time with, this really isn't one that you should.
And you'd be surprised once you hit the button, once you try it, once you get to know. I still think there's still so many people that are just afraid of what is it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So just finding out, like, just learn something new. Just be open to learning something new.
Yeah. And getting outside your comfort zone. I mean, we can find you over on Instagram. Check out your content. Let's put her handle up here. Horse Girl Entrepreneur. You can go and check out Tamara's, content and page and kind of see her journey. We'll send people over there to follow, support, learn from you. And, thank you for coming on for a second time and sharing your experience. It's so wonderful to, that people like yourself are willing to come on and just continue to give updates to people about what it's like, because that really helps. And it's okay to be skeptical, friends. You should be skeptical. There's a lot of weird stuff out there, really weird stuff, and really shady stuff, and really shady people. And, hopefully these candid, honest, not totally unscripted. And Tamara, as well as anybody being on the show twice now, there's no, here's what we're going to talk about on this show. It's freaking, here we go. Let's go live.
And that's what I love. That's what I love so much about Wake Up Legendary. What you've done, Dave, is there is a lot of stuff, crazy stuff on the internet, but you've got thousands of videos of real people talking about it. So yeah, thank you for the time.
Yeah. I mean, there's no, and this as well as anybody, there's no bullshit about what we're doing here. I mean, there's no prepping, scripting, and that's the same at our events too. You'll see that anyone who comes to our mastermind, there's no flash and trash. There's no bullshit. There's no smoke. Literally no smoke. We don't have smoke machines. There's nothing. It's just trying to figure out what's working now and sharing that and bringing it to sharing ideas and sort of open sourcing solutions. And that's what we do. It's kind of the cool part about this community is that people are bringing back ideas and willing to share, and you're part of that solution. So
I will be making it to a mastermind very soon. It has been a long time goal of mine. So meeting you in person.
Well, it'd be my pleasure. In the meantime, let's continue connecting here on Wake Up Legendary. Let's do a third episode in the near future. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
We'll let you get to the rest of your day, and it's a pleasure. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all the things to you and family.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, we'll talk to you later, Tamara. All right, my friends, you can find Tamara over on Horse Girl Entrepreneur at Instagram. Horse Girl Entrepreneur. What an awesome interview. You all see we're kind of compacting the show a little bit here to try to make sure that you guys can listen through the entire show. So we're bringing it. We're shrinking the length. We're shortening the length of the show a little bit because we want you to hear the whole interview. Okay, so here as we approach the bottom of the hour, a little bit of housekeeping. You can go to legendarymarketer.com/enroll. And you can enroll in any one of our products. Start with our challenge, our marketing challenge. You can also go through our confidence challenge. We've got blueprints, which are our flagship curriculum. If you're serious about this one, all the training and all the coaching, or come to a mastermind and meet us, hang out with us, learn from us and with us over 3 days. We'll be in Austin, Texas on January 31st through February 2nd. Last but not least, this may be the best thing you've heard all day. We have an accountability coaching program to help those of you who need help implementing the right actions and actually implementing the information that you have. And if you want a free coaching call to experience what that coaching program might be like, if it's for you, it's not a sales call in disguise. We'll make the call even if you don't want to enroll in our coaching program. We'll give you tips. We'll give you tricks. We'll tell you what's working with our coaching clients right now to help them to stay accountable, to follow through, and to get the results that they want or move in that direction. So just email me at dave@legendarymarketer.com, the word accountability, and I'll CC you in with an email to one of our accountability coaches, and you guys can literally just set up a free call. There's no weirdness that you have to do, no hoops to jump through, just something that we think will help. And just email me in order to take advantage of it. Dave@legendarymarketer.com. You're not going to get added to a autoresponder list or anything like that. It's literally just reaching out, and I will CC you in with one of our accountability coaches, and we will do what we can to try to get you the help that you need, point you in the direction, give you tips, tricks, tell you about our accountability coaching program, and just try to help. Okay. Just like we do on this show. We've been doing the show for over 1,100 episodes. 1,100 plus interviews of people just like Tamara today. And of course, it was Tamara's second time on the show. You can find all the recordings of the show both on this Facebook page. You can also search Wake Up Legendary on all the major podcast platforms, and you can find all of the episodes there as well. My friends, didn't quite get it. Have a great weekend. Okay, we'll see you back here Monday for another episode of the best marketing show on earth. Wake Up Legendary. Get out of here. Have a great day. Peace.